First up is some heavy speculation, but it seems pretty likely that this is going to happen, and that is that we have our first director attached to the new DC Universe project, to a DC Universe project, and it's coming from Swamp Thing, and apparently James Gunn has just some very high-profile friends, as it seems that Logan and Ford v Ferrari director James Mangold might be the one taking the helm of the Swamp Thing movie, and I'm just going, oh, so you're going the exact opposite of the Marvel formula. And I know we don't want to compare, but that's what we do as comic book fans. Marvel has a really good strategy that they've implemented over the years of find up-and-coming directors or TV directors and turn them into film directors. It worked with Joe and Anthony Russo. Jon Favreau was still kind of on the come-up when he directed Iron Man back in 2008. They don't get as many big profile directors. They got Sam Raimi, but that was more of just Kevin Feige just going, I'm burnt out. I need someone that can just autopilot this movie without me backseating this. This excites me greatly. I really, really enjoy James Mangold. For the most part, Identity was a movie that no one remembers, and it is for good reason. But Logan obviously will get the headlines, just like Logan director doing DC Swamp Thing. But I'm like, yeah, Logan is one of the best comic book movies of all time, but Ford v Ferrari is also incredible. Walk the Line is also really, really good. Like, this guy has a very good resume, but also, like, I think Josh and I are just more excited for Swamp Thing than a lot of other people. Like, I'm seeing some enthusiasm for Swamp Thing, but everyone's like Superman Legacy or The Brave and the Bold or even Supergirl, which also huge props to James Gunn. Because of him, all these comics are like sold out across the board,
which is wild.
I freaking love it. I love that people are getting into comics now. I'm just like, come on in, the water's fine. There's a little pee over there, but it's all good, man. I love that people are getting into comics. I love that it's like sold out across the board. I'm really, really excited about this pick. If this is true, right now it's just in talks, but oh boy, they're swinging for the fences in terms of searching for the best talent for projects.
Yeah, he definitely, like, James was already saying, like, we want the best people for the job. We don't really care about really anything except for if you're the best fit. That's director, actor, whatever. Which is really cool. I really like that idea. There is obviously some like gray area when it comes to
green area
animation. Huh?
Green area?
I hate you. Some gray area when it comes to like the voice actors to live action. Do you go vice versa? But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. That being said, we've got, this guy did, like you said, has done Logan, Ford v Ferrari. We're doing like a 310 to Yuma, which is easily one of my favorite westerns of all time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one later.
Yeah, and he's directing the new Indiana Jones movie. So like, depending on how that goes, we'll see. But I get more and more excited looking at his resume and thinking of what he could possibly do with Swamp Thing. I'm just excited for Swamp Thing in general. He's such a pivotal character in the world of DC, at least on, the Earth side of things. And he's a character that I don't think we got that like one mini series a long time ago.
Which supposedly is pretty good, but they just went drastically over budget.
Yeah, which, I mean, you've got a character that's completely made out of nature.
Well, that was more of the location didn't give them the tax breaks.
That there's also that. But I think the more and more I think about it, I'm just excited about Swamp Thing in general. Like, if James does it, even better. The idea that, the computer graphics that we capabilities that we have these days to make this guy look incredible. Even like the ability to do like in-camera effects and stuff like that. Like that, I think now is the best time to do a Swamp Thing movie. And maybe we're going in different, we're in like opposite circles here, but Swamp Thing was the one for a lot of people that was like, oh, we're finally getting Swamp Thing. Oh, okay. That one in Booster Gold was like, whoa, okay. So he's he really does like know his stuff, and he actually wants to fill out the world, not just with the Justice League. And I think and one of the big takeaways that I'm taking from not just James, the slate that James Gunn's put forward, but also kind of us as DC fans of what the general reaction has been. You can tell which people are only read DC Comics when it has the word Justice League on it. You can
Or
tell
Zack
which
Snyder
ones
on it.
only watch, yeah, Zack Snyder, or only read the comics that are of the these seven people that are in the Justice League. Yes, the Authority is kind of super niche. It is definitely his passion project, but I love, and I think I said this whenever we talked about the slate. I love the idea of showing us how this could go wrong and then giving us the Justice League so that we're aware of like the bad of what a team up could mean. It's just, yeah, I really like what we're doing, and I'm really excited for Swamp Thing.
I think also Swamp Thing presents a weirder side of
Yes.
the DC universe. Like the Authority will clearly show like the boys side of it, of like superheroes with roguish tendencies, and then you get your classic stuff with Superman and Batman Brave and the Bold. Swamp Thing can get the weirder, darker, magical sides. I could see this being an R-rated movie pretty easily.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I hope it opens the door for Zatanna or Constantine. Constantine might be a little tricky because there's conflicting reports about whether or not the Keanu Reeves one, the Constantine 2, is canceled or not. They said earlier today that it's still moving forward. I'm going, you were never big on your convictions on that movie. From everything I heard, it just seems like you're capitalizing on the Keanu-sans.
Yeah,
I'm indifferent either way. If we get it, cool. If it gets canceled, whatever. But I'm hoping Swamp Thing opens the door for other mystical beings. Like I said, Swamp Thing teaming up with Etrigan, please. Oh yes, please. Because I thought about this earlier. For the human version of Etrigan, I want Jason Isaacs, Lucius Malfoy from Harry Potter. I think it would be a great fit.
Yeah.
But for Swamp Thing, here's an unconventional pick. And I don't think he'll do it because he cares more about being a prestige actor nowadays. I think this would be the spot that you cast Batista.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Batista or Ron Perlman for Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Because voices.
I don't know, man. There's been some fan casts. I think the one I saw was Dave Bautista for Mr. Strange, for Doctor Strange or whatever.
Hugo Strange.
Which I really like. Hugo Strange. There it is.
He's a little too big for that, I think.
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think this is just fun. Like, it's just fun to be excited about DC again.